Brainy Bites, a daily dose for self-improvement.
Hey there, wonderful people. Have you ever found yourself questioning your own reality, second-guessing your memories, or feeling like you're losing touch with what's real? What if someone close to you constantly downplayed your emotions or made you doubt the things you know to be true? And most importantly, how do you recognize these subtle yet destructive behaviors? Welcome to Brainy Bites, where today, we're delving into a crucial topic that affects countless individuals: gaslighting. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is gaslighting? Why is it essential to spot these behaviors early on? Well, stick around because we've got the answers. Gaslighting is more than just a buzzword, it's a form of manipulation that can leave you questioning your own sanity. Let's unravel the mystery of gaslighting together. Brief definition of gaslighting. Alright, let's start by breaking down what gaslighting is. Imagine you have a favorite toy, and someone keeps telling you that it's not yours, even though you know it is. Gaslighting is kind of like that, but with feelings and thoughts. It happens when someone tries to make you doubt yourself, your memories, or what you know is true. It can make you feel confused, like you're in a maze with no way out. So, it's important to understand what gaslighting sounds like, and that's what we're here to explore. Importance of recognizing gaslighting behavior. Now, why is it so crucial to recognize gaslighting when it's happening? Well, think about it this way: if you know the rules of a game, you can play it better, right? Recognizing gaslighting is like understanding the rules of a game called being true to yourself. When you can spot the tricks that make you doubt your own feelings and thoughts, you're better equipped to stand strong and stay true to who you are. It's like having a superpower, the power to trust yourself even when someone else is trying to make you feel unsure. Are you ready to spot the tricks and stand up for yourself and others? Let's jump right in. Example 1. Denying reality. Now, let's talk about the first sneaky trick gaslighters use: denying reality. Imagine if you told your friends about a fantastic adventure you had over the weekend, and someone said it never happened. That's a bit like what gaslighters do: they say things didn't happen when you know they did. Let me tell you how gaslighters deny facts or events. Gaslighters deny facts and events to make you feel like you're imagining things. It's like telling you, no, that didn't happen, even when you clearly remember it did. They might say, you're making it up or you're just being too sensitive. It's their way of playing with your memories and making you doubt what you know is real. Here is a real-life scenario illustrating denial of reality. Let's dive into a story. Imagine you aced a big test at school, and you were super proud. You told your family about it, but then a family member says, no way, you didn't do well. You're not that smart. This is a real-life example of someone denying your achievement, making you question if you really did as great as you thought. Now, how does this denial trick affect you? It's like someone turning down the volume on your confidence and happiness. When someone denies your reality, it can make you feel confused, sad, and maybe even a bit lonely. You start to wonder if your thoughts and feelings are worth believing. Recognizing this gaslighting trick is like putting on a superhero cape. It helps you stand strong and say, I know it's real, and I believe in myself. So, let's keep exploring these gaslighting tricks together. Example 2. Trivializing feelings. Alright, let's uncover the next gaslighting move: trivializing feelings. It's like when you're super excited about your favorite game, and someone says it's not a big deal. We all know our feelings matter, but gaslighters try to make them seem small. What is trivialization in the context of gaslighting? Trivialization in gaslighting is when someone makes your feelings seem unimportant or not worth caring about. It's like they're telling you that your happiness, sadness, or excitement doesn't really matter. This can be confusing and hurtful because everyone's feelings are important, just like yours. Here's an example of how emotions are downplayed. Imagine you're really excited about a school project you worked hard on. You show it to a friend, and instead of being happy for you, they say, why are you making such a big deal out of it? It's just a silly project. This is a real-life example of someone trivializing your feelings, making you feel like your hard work and excitement aren't important. What are the effects on the victim's emotional well-being? Now, let's talk about how this trick affects you. When someone downplays your feelings, it's like they're trying to shrink your emotions. This can make you feel small, like your thoughts and happiness don't matter. Over time, it might even make you doubt whether you should share your feelings at all. But guess what? Your feelings are like treasures, and they deserve to be acknowledged. Recognizing when someone is trying to trivialize them is like putting on emotional armor. It helps you protect your joy and self-worth. So, let's keep exploring these gaslighting tricks and find ways to stay strong. Example 3, shifting blame. Now, let's unravel another gaslighting move, shifting blame. It's a bit like when you and your friend are playing a game, and they accidentally knock over the pieces. Instead of admitting it, they point at you and say you did it. Gaslighters do something similar but with feelings and actions. So how do gaslighters shift responsibility? Shifting blame in gaslighting is when someone avoids taking responsibility for their actions or feelings by pointing the finger at you. It's like if you borrowed your friend's toy, and they blamed you for it going missing, even though they forgot they left it at school. Here is real-world instance showcasing blame shifting. Imagine you're working on a group project, and everyone has their tasks. The day before it's due, your teammate doesn't finish their part. When the teacher asks why, they point at you and say, "It's their fault, they didn't help me enough." This is a real-world example of someone shifting blame, making you look like the one who didn't do their part. You might wonder how psychological toll takes on the victim. Now, let's talk about how this blame shifting can mess with your feelings. When someone points the blame at you for something they did, it's like carrying a bag of rocks that don't belong to you. It feels heavy and unfair. Over time, it can make you doubt yourself and wonder if you're always the one to blame. Recognizing this gaslighting trick is like putting on a superhero shield. It helps you deflect those unfair accusations and stand strong in the truth. Example 4, withholding information. Now, let's shine a light on another tricky gaslighting move, withholding information. It's like playing a game where everyone knows the rules except you. Gaslighters keep important details hidden, making you feel like you're in the dark. Information withholding is a fancy term for when someone keeps important details or facts from you on purpose. It's a bit like if you and your friends planned a surprise party, but no one told you about it. Gaslighters use this tactic to make you feel confused and unsure about what's really going on. Here is the illustration of a situation where information is deliberately kept from the victim. Picture this: you and your friends are working on a class project, and everyone knows about a meeting except you. When you ask, they pretend they forgot to tell you. It's like they're leaving you out on purpose, making you wonder if you're not important enough to be in the loop. This is a real-life example of someone deliberately keeping information from you. Now, let's talk about how this trick can mess with your feelings in the long run. Imagine if you never knew the rules to your favorite game. It wouldn't be much fun, right? When someone withholds information, it's like they're hiding the rules of the game of life from you. It can make you feel left out and uncertain, like you're always missing something important. Recognizing this gaslighting trick is like turning on a bright flashlight. It helps you see through the confusion and stand tall in the truth. So, let's keep exploring these tricky moves together and learn how to keep our heads held high. Example 5, projection. Alright, little detectives, let's uncover another gaslighting mystery, projection. It's a bit like when you and your friend both want the last slice of pizza, and instead of admitting it, they say you're the one who really wants it. Gaslighters use this trick with feelings and thoughts. So, what is projection in gaslighting? Projection in gaslighting is when someone takes their own feelings or thoughts and puts them on you, like giving you their invisible backpack of emotions. It's a bit tricky because it makes you feel like the one with the big load, even though it's not yours to carry. Imagine your friend being upset, but instead of saying it, they tell you that you're the one who's always grumpy. That's projection. Here is the example demonstrating projection behavior. Let's dive into a real-life scenario. Imagine you're having a great day, and your friend is in a bad mood. Instead of saying they're upset, they tell you, "Why are you always so cranky?" It's like they're handing you their grumpy feelings and making you feel like you're the one who's always unhappy. Now, let's talk about how this can make you feel. When someone projects their feelings onto you, it's like wearing a jacket that doesn't fit, uncomfortable and not yours. It can leave you feeling confused and wondering if you're really the one with the problem. Recognizing this gaslighting trick is like taking off that too big jacket. It helps you see through the confusion and stand up for what's true. Example 6. Countering reality with false narratives. Alright, curious minds, let's unlock the next chapter in our gaslighting adventure, countering reality with false narratives. It's a bit like when you and your friend both see a movie, but they make up a different ending and say yours is wrong. Gaslighters do something similar with stories and the truth. You might wonder how gaslighters create false narratives to challenge the truth. Gaslighters create false narratives by telling made-up stories or twisting the truth. It's like if you told your teacher you finished your homework, and someone else said you didn't even start. Gaslighters use these made-up stories to make you question your own memory and doubt what you know is true. Let's jump into a case study to see how this works in real life. Imagine you and a friend witnessed an exciting event, and you both tell others what happened. Later, your friend changes the story and says, "No, that's not how it happened." It's like they're weaving a web of make-believe, making it hard for you and others to know what really took place. Now, let's talk about how this can mess with your mind. When someone spins false narratives, it's like they're painting a picture with the wrong colors. This can leave you feeling confused, questioning if your version of events is correct. Over time, it might make you doubt your own memory and reality. Recognizing this gaslighting trick is like putting on truth-tinted glasses. It helps you see through the misleading stories and stand firm in what you know to be real. So, little detectives, let's keep our eyes wide open as we uncover these tricky moves together. Example 7. Undermining self-esteem. Hey there, awesome explorers! Get ready to dive into another aspect of gaslighting, undermining self-esteem. It's like when you're building a really tall tower of blocks, and someone sneaks in and knocks them down. Gaslighters try to knock down the tower of your confidence and self-worth. Gaslighters use tricky tactics to make you doubt yourself and feel less awesome than you really are. It's a bit like if you painted a fantastic picture, and someone said, "That's not good enough, you're not a real artist." Gaslighters might criticize your abilities, make fun of your dreams, or tell you that you're not as smart or talented as you know you are. Let's zoom in on a real-life example. Imagine you aced a math test, and instead of celebrating with you, a friend says, "Anyone could have done that, it's not a big deal." It's like they're trying to dim the spotlight on your success, making you question if you're as smart as you thought. Now, let's talk about the impact on your confidence. When someone undermines your self-esteem, it's like planting seeds of self-doubt. Over time, these seeds can grow into a forest that makes you feel unsure about your abilities and worth. Recognizing this gaslighting trick is like becoming a superhero for your own self-esteem. It helps you stand tall and proud, knowing that you're awesome just the way you are. So, fantastic explorers, let's keep learning and empowering ourselves against these tricky tactics. Example 8. Silent treatment and isolation. Hey there, amazing friends! Buckle up as we unveil the last gaslighting trick, the silent treatment and isolation. It's like when you're playing hide and seek, but your friends decide not to seek you. Gaslighters use this move to make you feel like you're all alone in a big, confusing game. So how gaslighters use isolation as a manipulation tactic? Gaslighters are like stealthy wizards who use the silent treatment and isolation to control situations. It's a bit like if you were playing tag, and suddenly everyone stopped playing with you without saying why. They might ignore you, exclude you from activities, or give you the cold shoulder to make you feel left out and isolated. Let's imagine a scenario. You and your friend have a disagreement, and instead of talking it out, they stop including you in games and activities. It's like they're building an invisible wall between you and everyone else, leaving you feeling alone and confused about what went wrong. Now, let's talk about the emotional toll. The silent treatment and isolation can be like a heavy rain cloud over your heart. It can make you feel sad, anxious, and wondering what you did wrong. In relationships, gaslighting can happen when someone repeatedly uses these tactics, making you question your own worth. If you notice a pattern of isolation and the silent treatment in your relationships, it might be a sign of gaslighting. Trust your feelings and reach out to friends, family, or a trusted adult if you ever feel like you're stuck in a cloudy emotional weather. Recognizing these signs is like shining a bright light on the path towards healthy connections. Well, fantastic friends, we've just embarked on a journey through the tricky world of gaslighting, uncovering 8 sneaky moves that can make you feel unsure and confused. Remember those examples we talked about? Denying reality, trivializing feelings, shifting blame, withholding information, projection, false narratives, undermining self-esteem, and the silent treatment. They're like puzzle pieces in this awareness adventure. Now, here's a special message just for you: always trust your feelings and instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. You're a superhero of your own story, and your feelings are your superpower. Thanks for watching. Keep shining bright, and let's make a difference.